I would say part of the question is generic, has nothing to do with Bard. It has to do with your age and going to college in general. So the years between, let's say, 18 and 21 are sort of the last years of very intense, rapid learning. That's why they ought to be spent in intense learning, because it's those years where you develop, you have your almost last chance to develop a spectrum of skills and interests that will inform the rest of your life. So what should come out of college is a clear agenda clearer, not totally clear, but clear agenda of what you want to do with your life, the kinds of things that interest you, and how you want to spend your time, both professionally, in a work life, and in a private life. I mean, so it's the years in which you reconsider what is leisure, what's fun, what's interesting. So if you picked up a book at 22 and said, well, that's really interesting, and you compared it to the book that you thought was interesting when you were 16, you would see a huge difference. Different kinds of books, different kinds of interests. Your horizons are widened very significantly. And the kind of questions you ask and the way you ask those questions. So let's say how you negotiate the internet, and kind of things you look up to and look into, and how you critique what you see and what comes to you, how you process information, if you will, and what you think about, and what you discover about yourself, what kind of talent you have, and what kind of ambitions you have. What do you want? What do you want to do with your life, and whom do you want to associate with? I mean, it really is a place where you create your own sense of self and purpose, and that will happen in whatever college. In some way, it doesn't make a difference where you go to college. It probably makes a big difference with whom you go to college, who your classmates are. But where you go to college, we would like to think we're so different. But yes and no. But what we think is not important, it's what you think which is important. It's where you feel most comfortable, where you think you'll be paid most attention to, where you get the most feedback, both from faculty and from fellow students, and where the best of you will be brought out, where you discover things about yourself you didn't really know, or things you already knew, but they'll get better. So it is the most fascinating and rewarding time of life in that regard. And our job is to be attentive to how to make that happen for you. I see the difference in the students I know from their first year. I know mostly, by and large, the students who are in the orchestra and the conservatory. And the growth of their interests, the expansion of them, the discovery that something they never thought they'd been interested in, they became interested in. Students who come in thinking they're going to be poets who end up becoming scientists. Parents usually like that. The other way around, they don't like so much. The student who comes in as a scientist ends up as a poet. You know what I mean? That kind of journey. Many students start, with the same set of interests, but they change how they think about them and what they think about them. And the quality of the way you conduct your life, really, how you spend your time. Boredom and unhappiness are plagues, and a terrific college education can equip you to not be bored. And not be discouraged, and give you the skills to recover from the ups and downs, which inevitably will come to you, and to really have a real sense of the gift of being alive and using your mind and your intelligence and your curiosity and your energy. And that's what you should be going to college for, and that will serve you in good stead both professionally and personally. That's what we believe. That's why we're here. And we hope that it works. And I'm sure it'll work for every one of you. And those of you who choose to come here, you're most welcome. And we, of course, think you made the right choice. Thank you very much.